Wow, what a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much, and hello to everybody there. I feel so honored to be asked to speak on this call. I know it's been going on for quite a long time, and you feature such beautiful tower gardens. What I'm really excited about is being on this call and being able to share with you my tower garden. If I can, I'd like to go back a little bit on how I was introduced to this company. Unfortunately, I came down with breast cancer, and during that time, doctors have no idea why you get cancer. It just, boom, there it is. And it was set. It really threw me back because I thought I was pretty healthy. So, not knowing anything, reading as fast as I could, I went to the oncologist, and he said, "Hey, I've got an operation date that canceled. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, get this out of me." So I went through the operation. And then my mother from the East Coast, Washington, D.C., came out here to California to watch over me to make sure that I could get things done. After that was done, I had to wait for insurance, of course, to clear me in order to proceed with the chemo. The doctor said that my numbers, it's called an ONCA score, was the highest that he had ever seen, and he had been a doctor for 20 years. Not encouraging at all, and not what I wanted to hear. But during that time, I got through the chemo. When she went back, she didn't tell me that she wasn't feeling well. Come to find out, she had ovarian cancer. I'm like, what the heck, right? Okay, so now we're both dealing with cancer. I'm going through chemo. She's going through chemo. She's in DC, lives alone. I have a family, but my family was very, traveled a lot with work. After both of us were done with chemo, she had an operation, and we decided to go to Aruba. We went to Aruba with a bunch of African American retired doctors. It was the best trip ever because they had a lot of wholeness, health seminars on this trip. Finally, the doctor called me and said, "You know what? We just want to put your mom on hospice." And I'm like, "Mom, do you understand what that means?" I fly out there surprising her. And she says, "What does that mean?" I said, "Mom, that means that basically you just are going to live the best life you can. No more meds, nothing." And she made a decision. I'm trying not to get emotional because it was so empowering. This woman was incredible. But she decided she was going to pack 2 bags and come out here to California because we live less than 20 minutes away from Loma Linda. Loma Linda University, that city is a blue zone. Y'all may not know, but there's seven blue zones in the world. And she was like, "No, we're going to figure this out." And we paid top dollar for a nutritionalist to talk to us about fruits and vegetables. Had no idea about this company yet. Nothing, knew nothing. And we went and we paid money to learn about fruits and vegetables, change our diet. She was at my house, and that day came when she passed. Before that happened, I had a very dear friend who I've known since the 7th grade. She's a co producer or author of this group, Lori, who I've known since 7th grade. And she said, "Hey, I'm sending something out to you." So while I was there with my mom, as my mom was declining, I literally was feeding myself gummies. She would call me every day. "You taking them? You taking them?" "Yes, I'm taking them." I came back to California, and come to find out, my job is gone. My coworker, no more. I used to teach, no more. And I had no purpose. I felt like I had no purpose. I was broken. And my dear friend and her team said, "Hey, we're in Anaheim, which is maybe 35 minutes from my house towards LA." And she said, "Come out here." And I went there, and I said, "Look, I'm feeling pressure. I'm not trying to jump in anything." Very much like Adrian, I've been in everything too. Amway, prepaid legal, Cookie Lee. There's just so many different companies I've been involved in. And so I said, no pressure, no pressure. And I sat in that chair at the conference, and I boohoo cried because I said, "This is it. This is what I was looking for." That was so cool. That was a moment when it just hit me like I needed research. I've let my hair grow natural now because I'm not doing perms anymore. I have gone cold turkey on so much because I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I possibly can to keep myself as healthy as possible. Shortly after joining the company, that's when they released the tower gardens. So I guess it's been about 4 or 5 years I've had my tower garden. I've been with the company that long. I'm super, super excited. I'm going to share my garden really fast. Now, look, I want to show you this. Can you see my yard? Okay, so I have a quarter of an acre. Now, when we bought this house, I'm going to garden. And I did, but it was just so hard because our land is so dry here and you have to water every day. If you don't water every day, it's going to die. We really are in the desert. So here's my tower garden. What I did was I literally pulled off some things in my tower garden so I could make sure that I mentioned them. Here's my basil. I pulled this about a half hour ago. Just like Lori, I love pesto. I have jalapeno peppers. Of course, I have my spring onions. I made string beans this year. I'm loving those. These are beets. So the beets are truly delicious. And celery. Celery is the bomb. All of these here taste incredibly different than what you would find at the market. I love tomatoes also. So I have the Roma tomatoes, and then I also have the tomatoes that are round, cherry tomatoes. When I was getting ready for this, I just happened to notice I got a cucumber, and I got like a couple of them in here. So I was like, oh, surprise to you. Welcome to my family. And I saw lots of bees out here pollinating. I have everything that I need. I've got my sage, my celery that I showed you earlier. Here is my basil of a zucchini plant that's getting ready to start. And then here's my red pepper, and then here's my green pepper. And then I did a tomato that was a little different. In fact, I'm gonna eat you because you look too good. Oh my God, it's so sweet. You see that jalapeno. I'm just very proud to be a part of this company and to be able to share the wealth of information about health and nutrition